morning, students. Take out page number 13, chapter 1, Introduction to Computer Hardware. So let's start. What is a computer? A computer is a very sophisticated electronic device which is primarily used for data processing. Just like any other electronic devices like the radio, the television, the computer is also an electronic device, but it's a very sophisticated one. It takes input, does processing, and produces output. Say for example, if you wish to add two numbers 5 and 7, the numbers 5 and 7 has to be taken as input from an input device like the keyboard. After having fed the input of 5 and 7 from the keyboard, the central processing unit or the CPU inside the computer will process these two numbers 5 and 7 for addition. Once the job of addition is done by the processor, then the result, that is 7 plus 5, which is equal to 12, will be fed to the output with the help of an output device like the monitor. So in this way, the working principle of computer is called an input process output cycle. Let's take another example of this input process output cycle of a computer. If you wish to add two numbers 4 and 2, at first the numbers 4 and 2 will be fed into the computer with the help of an input device like the keyboard. Then the CPU or the central processing unit inside the computer will process these two numbers 4 and 2 for addition. And then the desired output, which is 4 plus 2 equal to 6, will be fed into the output device called the monitor for display. Look at this block diagram of a computer. The data from the input device will first be fed into the central processing unit as depicted by the arrow, and then the processing of the data will take place in the CPU. Once the processing is over, the data will then be displayed in the output device as depicted by the arrow moving out of the CPU into the output device. During this input process output cycle, the data can be stored in the storage devices such as the primary memory or the secondary memory as depicted by the arrows in this block diagram. There are various applications of computers. The first is in the business process automation. Nowadays, companies and business organizations use computers to automate their business processes. Be it a hotel or an air ticket, we can book these tickets online. We can even pay our electricity bills and insurance premiums online. The second application is in banking and finance. Almost every bank has now been computerized. So we can use these ATM machines to deposit and withdraw cash anytime and anywhere. The third application is in speeding up the communication process. The computers has redefined the mode of communication. Instead of sending a mail via a post office, we can use an email instead for a speedy delivery to the recipient. We can do instant communication, video conferencing by chatting and video calls. The fourth one is in education and training. The traditional classrooms have become smart classrooms. Teachers are using computers with projectors to demonstrate the concepts visually and graphically. The internet has brought information to your fingertips. The fifth one is in weather forecasting. High-end computers and faster computers are used for collecting and analyzing the atmospheric related data for forecasting the weather. The sixth one is in research and development, in short R&D. Computers are now being used in many research projects like the invention of drugs for cancer and malaria, etc., as it can store huge quantity of data and process the same at a very high speed. The seventh one is in media and entertainment. The media and entertainment industry has the extensive use of computers. The common examples include action sequences in Hollywood movies and the cartoon shows on the televisions.